everyone. Welcome back to another Next Steps podcast. My name is Kim, and we have been talking about love languages. And if you haven't caught the last few episodes, I encourage you to go back and watch them. But just a quick recap, love languages are those things that we have inside each of us. There's 5 of them, ways that we desire to be loved. And today we have 3 friends with us. Aria, can you say hi? Can you wave?
Hi.
Can you wave?
Say hi.
we have the Yarian family here. We have Aria, as I just pointed out, and we have Ryan and Megan. And what is so cool about the 2 of you, first of all, you've been married for 2 years now, is that right?
Yes.
Just a little over 2 years?
Yep.
And what's so cool about you guys is that you have the same top love language, and that is
Quality time.
quality time. So describe what quality time is. Ryan, you go first.
Quality time for, at least for me, and what I feel for our relationship is as much time together as possible. Whether it's in activities around the house with the kids or listening when either one of us has to vent. God blessing us with the opportunity to take trips by ourselves without having children along and be able to focus exclusively on one another.
It's talking about more than just what we need to accomplish around the house or for our family. It's like talking about more than that, I guess. It's doing
something
things
deeper.
together. Yeah, and it's doing things together. We like to golf together. We like to shop. I mean, we like to do pretty much everything together.
Even though honestly it's a benefit to have the same love language as a couple, because a lot of couples even have opposites where their top might be the bottom of the other or flipped, right? And so you have to be intentional about going, okay, my spouse needs, quality time, or my spouse needs words of affirmation or whatever. But with the 2 of you, you are naturally loving out of what you need most, but it sounds a little bit different. With yours, Megan, it sounds, and maybe you would be the same way, Ryan, and you can chime in, but it sounds like you really love those deep conversations where you're talking to each other about like how you're feeling or what's going on or maybe next steps in your life. Right, Aria?
Yeah.
Right?
I like the day-to-day stuff, but I like getting into
Really deep
that kind of
conversations and stuff like that. And how do you do with that? Do you enjoy those kind of conversations, Ryan, or do you like more just like hanging out?
No, I absolutely love the conversations. I know she also I have the same conversations with her too at times. So
Sure, about things that are going on in your life and things you
Yeah.
want to talk about.
well, and part of the love language is being there for each other and
Yeah.
listening to what they have to say and being supportive of what they want to do as well and actions they want to take in life and
Sure.
just hearing them out.
So for people that maybe don't have quality time as one of their top love languages, but maybe their spouse does, or maybe a good friend, what are some specific, like just practical ways they can love another person in quality time?
I think both of our kids, all of our kids, whether it's their top one or just one of their top ones, are quality time. So I know even with them, like saying if we are going to do something, giving them a time frame when that's going to happen. So if they want to play a game with us or do something specific, like giving them that to look forward to and saying, I'm going to carve out this time at this point for you. So they have something to look forward to instead of just saying like, yeah, we'll get to it, or maybe we'll do that. Like, I don't know, being intentional about giving a person your time, because you can't get time back. You can't buy time. So I think that's why it's important for someone who is quality time, for them to understand that giving your time to them is like a huge act of love, and adding a step of following through on it too, and not just always saying you're going to do something for someone who looks at that as love, but actually doing it. Like, things come up, but following through on that is really important.
Even our oldest son yearns for that quality time. Well, I should say the one-on-one quality time.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's sharp as a knife. So if you tell him you're going to do something, then he'll remember it.
Oh, sure.
So
And if you forget, then he feels bad. I mean, then he
Yeah.
feels hurt more than someone that.
let down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he very much he has to have that one-on-one time, whether it's with Megan or myself. So,
Yeah.
taking him to football practice is one way I can get quality time with him during the
Sure.
week. Just with life being so hectic, because he
You're in
gets
the
that time
car.
where he can just talk and
Yeah.
talk about school or talk about football or whatever sport he's into at the time, and he gets away from his younger siblings, and he
Right.
gets that 100% attention with him.
It has to be intentional. It can't just be I'm on my phone and you're talking to me and you're trying to get something done while the other person is talking. You are going to turn off the radio and in the car. You're going to put your phone down. It's really listening. It's really quality time to me is I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to be wherever you are right now in your mind and your heart and ask questions. Things
Yeah.
like that. That's awesome. And I love that you already are recognizing that your young kids need that and you're giving that to them. That's huge. Especially right now when there's so much technology and so many interruptions.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We were talking too about God, and of course God gives us quality time. He's perfect at quality time. What did you say? You said it earlier. He is
He gives you undivided attention.
undivided attention. He's always there. If you need to talk to him about anything, he's right there listening, and he's not on his cell phone. He's not
Right.
distracted with work, even though he definitely could be, right? I mean, he's got the whole entire world, but he gives each and every person their undivided attention. Ryan, how do you spend time with God?
As I'm traveling and I'm driving back and forth to work, so I've got a pretty long drive each day. It's listening to music. Kind of like I told you earlier, it's not rocking out with Metallica or something like that. It's
No
listening
Metallica.
listening to worship music, and that allows me to shed the stress of the day and prepare, mentally for when I get home, and really just bring me back into balance for life.
Yeah.
It's easy to get out of balance when you're dealing with a pandemic and labor issues and not family issues, but
Just
family
family
issues in
stress.
terms of, family stress in terms of, got to go home, we got to eat dinner, got to kids practice, get home, get them in the shower.
Right.
Then you-
Homework.
Then you basically rinse and repeat every day. So
Yeah.
for me, it's the music that allows me to kind of reestablish myself and get back to that even keel and have a stronger foundation to finish out the day and mentally prepare for the next.
This all made me think of in John chapter 15. It's the story of Jesus talking about the gardener and the vine and the branches. And he's like, God's the gardener, I'm the vine, and you are my branches. And if you connect with me, if you spend quality time with me, if you remain in me, you're going to bear fruit. And if we want to be better at loving other people, the best way to do it is by spending time with God, by having that refresher time. Here's what our next step is going to be this week. What I want you to do is, whether you're with your family or with friends or even with coworkers and taking some time out with them and they're needing to talk to you, put your phone down and really listen to what they have to say. Ask questions. Respond back to what they're saying. Make it about them and not about you. And I promise that you are going to grow in relationship, that you are going to fill them up, and you're also going to find out maybe things about them you never knew before. So let's spend quality time with people, and let's show this love language, especially to people who desire it most. So thanks for joining me, and remember, next steps are most successful when we do them with God and with other people.
Say bye. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Who we waving to?
Bye.
Bye.